The innovative Toyota Auris hybrid is one model that dares to be different, and that can only be good news for car buyers across the UK. Toyota is a world leader in hybrid engine design, and over the last 10 years it has sold more than 5 million hybrid-powered cars, even using the technology to power its Le Mans racing cars. Built in Britain, the new Auris hybrid is one of the latest models to offer this technology. Powered by a 1.8-litre petrol engine, which is supported by the addition of an electric motor and a battery pack, it offers impressive fuel economy of up to 78.5 miles to the gallon, while CO2 emissions are ultra low as well, from just 84 grams per kilometre. All of this means free road tax, and for fleet buyers and company car drivers, a benefit-in-kind tax rate of just 10%. And because there's no need to plug it in, you just drive it like a normal car. You don't have to do anything special, just put petrol in the tank and go. Everyone with a growing family will appreciate the amount of interior space and the size of the boot. The hatchback offers easily enough for a family's paraphernalia. The hybrid engine's battery is tucked away under the rear seat, meaning there's a false floor here to allow you to store valuables out of sight. The battery is topped up both by the engine and by the car's regenerative braking system, which recovers energy traditionally lost to the ether as you slow down. Toyota's hybrid setup offers the best of both worlds, running economically in electric mode around town and giving a useful boost of performance once you're out of it. And then there's the design. First impressions count. And there's a lot of confidence in the aerodynamic styling that gives the car a robust, ready-for-action look. Particularly at the front end, with its sleek headlights that include LED daytime running lights. Inside, the new Auris hybrid features little luxuries like soft touch materials and crystal clear displays. Digital radio and a touchscreen multimedia system comes as standard on top-end models. Plus, there's Bluetooth phone connection and a reversing camera, which is standard on all hybrid models. Inside, the seats get leather side bolsters. Plus, there's dual zone climate control, smart entry and blue interior lighting. Plus, there's the option of this panoramic sunroof, which lets light flood in and acts as a window to keep restless toddlers entertained with passing scenery. There's also plenty of useful storage dotted around the cabin, with no less than 3 12-volt accessory sockets, perfect for the kids' DVD players. And as you would expect, there's a strong focus on safety. All Toyota Auris models have a 5-star Euro NCAP safety rating and come with 7 airbags as standard. To back it all up, there's Toyota's 5-year warranty. There's also the British-built Auris Touring Sports, a spacious estate car and the only model in its class to offer a hybrid engine. It's just as comfortable and stylish as the hatch, and even more practical. With the seats folded, it offers a huge amount of space. Plus, there's Toyota's strong reputation for reliability and customer service, which all makes the Auris definitely worth a look. But don't just take my word for it. The best way to put the new Auris to the test is to drive it yourself. Don't hang around.
If you're buying an estate car, you want something that's practical and sensible. So you go for a diesel engine, right? Not according to Toyota. The company that brought you the Prius has put that same hybrid technology into an estate, the Auris Touring Sports.
This isn't the first hybrid estate car, but it is the first in the medium class. And that puts it up against some strong rivals. cars like the Ford Focus, Kia Ceed and Volkswagen Golf.
Prices for the Touring Sports are competitive, starting at £15,500 for the 1.3 petrol. The hybrid costs from £21,000, about £1,100 more than the equivalent Auris hatchback.
But hang on a minute, Toyota also sells a diesel version of this car. So how does the hybrid stack up? I'm not sure what the sports in its name refers to, but like the Prius, or in fact any Toyota, the Auris is very easy to drive. Its steering is light, the gearbox is automatic, and all the controls are within easy reach. At low speeds you can cruise silently along using battery power only. It's a strangely calming experience, even if you're just crawling in a traffic jam.
Hit the open road and the batteries take a back seat, providing a welcome boost for the 1.8 litre petrol engine when needed. In fact, the instant torque or pulling power of the electric motor makes the Auris hybrid feel a bit like, well, like a diesel.
But if the hybrid's at its best at low speeds and around town, it's worst on the motorway, where this CVT gearbox holds the engine at constant revs if you come up to a long hill or if you accelerate. Just listen to this. It's quite a drony noise, not very pleasant at all.
Hybrid fuel economy suffers on the motorway too. We'll come back to that in a minute.
With the battery pack under the rear seat, there's a claimed 530 litres in here. That's about halfway between the Focus and Golf. And you can triple that space by folding the back seats down with these levers. Easy.
Which measures every car's boot space in our lab. Click the link to find out more about how we test.
So coming back to hybrid versus diesel, we already know that hybrids are best around town. And while we haven't fully tested this Auris yet, the Prius managed more than 100 miles per gallon in the urban part of our fuel economy test. No diesel can match that. The hybrid also makes most sense as a company car. Its super low CO2 emissions mean you'll pay just 10% tax compared to 16% for the diesel.
But if you're a sales rep who spends your life in the fast lane, the 1.4 diesel is more refined and will probably be more efficient. Plus, the diesel's about £1,500 cheaper in the first place. You'll also need the diesel if you want to tow a caravan. Hybrids simply aren't designed to tow.
Whichever Auris you choose, you'll benefit from Toyota reliability, which was rated excellent in the latest Which Car survey. So, hybrid or diesel? You pays your money and takes your choice. But is the Auris better than a Focus or Golf? Well, not to drive, certainly, but it is better value and comes with a much longer warranty. So it looks like a pretty safe bet. So there we have it, the Toyota Auris Touring Sports. A very practical and sensible car.
Click here to read our first drive of the Auris Touring Sports, or read our full lab test of the previous Auris Hybrid and our top 10 estate car buying tips.
Hi, I'm Anthony Davidson, and this is the world's fastest hybrid car, the incredible Toyota TS030. And I'm one of the lucky drivers that's going to be driving this thing in this year's Le Mans 24 Hours and World Endurance Championship, where we'll be reaching speeds of over 210 miles an hour. But sometimes as a race driver, you want to get away from all the noise and energy of the pit lane, somewhere where you can enjoy driving in a much more relaxed kind of way. But I've been spending some time with this. It's my other hybrid car. It's the all-new Toyota Auris Hybrid. It looks great from the outside. For me, it ticks all the boxes. It's got room for the family inside, and it's economical to run. Over the years, Toyota's cars have been famous for those core values of quality, durability, and reliability. But recent new arrivals like the phenomenal GT86 have shown that the company have woken up to the fact that drivers want something more from their machines. Fun! Which brings us to this, the all-new Toyota Auris. Just before we pull away, it's really an eerie feeling. The engine is completely off. We are in EV mode, and I just release the brakes, and away we go in dead silence. It's beautiful. First thing I noticed behind the wheel of this car is it's a much sharper handling car than its predecessor. It turns in really well into the corners and feels comfortable as you push it through the bends. It's just the right weight at slow speed, it's accurate, and I feel just with turning the car, yeah, you've got some body roll, but it's just enough. It lets you know you've turned into the corner, but it's not a stiff ride, it's not a back-breaking ride like you seem to get in a lot of cars. The Auris engineering team have focused on weight management, chassis design, clever packaging, and an improved powertrain to achieve a more engaging drive. And you know what? I think it's worked. When you want to put your foot down, here we go. The car really does take off, and the EV mode kicks in as well. It gives you everything it's got, just like my race car does. When you put your foot down, the power bar increases, goes through the eco mode, bursts through that and goes into the power mode, which is quite good fun. And just think about this. I'm driving a mainstream family road car that can offer up to 134 brake horsepower, a 0 to 60 time in under 11 seconds, and a top speed of over 110 miles an hour, all while delivering class-leading ultra-low emissions of just 87 grams per kilometre of CO2. In this car, you're travelling on in silence, and we can do exactly the same thing in the race car down the pit lane. We come in pure EV mode and start from the pit box in EV mode as well. So it's funny, the similarities, they are there, but obviously in quite different ways once you get onto the track. It's all about performance, whereas here in this car it's all about the fuel saving effect. Under the bonnet you've got a 1.8 litre petrol engine that combines with an electric motor to give you some truly astonishing figures. This car can go over a mile on just EV power alone. Design has clearly been a big priority for Toyota. And this is where the new Auris really scores for me. Just look at this steeply raked windscreen. It really adds to the car's sporty appearance. And as a racing driver, I really appreciate the importance of cutting through the air with minimal fuss. This car also gives you a nice view of the road. All around, you've got a good panoramic view there, and I really particularly like this optional sky view panel that we've got, and I think that's really good for the family sitting in the back. They've got the light pouring in, and it's just a nice place to be. And for parking as well, it makes looking around and pulling out of junctions a lot easier and safer too. And that feeling of space doesn't end there in the cabin. It goes through to the boot as well. 360 litres of boot space isn't messing around, and it actually allows me to even fit my mountain bike in there. Inside, it's all new soft touch materials, luxury fabrics, and plenty of useful storage with no less than 3 12-volt accessory sockets. Perfect for the kids' DVD players. In every single way, it's a class act, and it's better in everything I touch or see in terms of quality. And I'm not just saying that, I'm genuinely surprised by the advancement in the quality of this product. With over 15 years' experience of hybrid technology, it's no surprise that that's filtered through from the road car to the race car on track that gives us such an advantage over our competitors. And who knows in the future what could come our way from the road car industry? Soft touch materials perhaps, that vibration on the steering wheel we have in this thing, automated parking assist, or rear view parking. Now there's a thought.